California, the land of sun, beaches, and endless opportunity. But beneath the glittering surface, darkness waits. Tonight, we dive into 3 true horror stories from the Golden State. Real events, real terror, and the kind of fear that stays with you long after the lights go out. It was 1997 when a young urban explorer named Mark decided to climb the Hollywood Hills at night. He wasn't afraid of the city or the rough terrain, but he didn't know the legends. They say the Hollywood sign is haunted by the ghost of Peg Entwistle, an actress who tragically jumped to her death from the H in 1932. Mark reached the top and noticed a faint glow near the letter H. At first, he thought it was just the city lights reflecting off mist, but then he saw her. A figure, pale, delicate, staring down at him, her arms outstretched. He froze. The stories he'd laughed at in college suddenly made sense. Peg wasn't just a memory. She was there. He tried to run, but his feet felt rooted to the ground. The glow grew brighter, and whispers echoed around him. "Help me," they said. Panicked, Mark dropped his flashlight, and when he finally turned back to look, the figure was gone, leaving only the chilling silence and the sound of his own heartbeat. Mark never returned to the hills, but every night after, he claims he hears faint singing from the Hollywood sign, a desperate echo of Peg's final moments. Story 2: The Lake Tahoe Camper. In 2011, a group of friends went camping near Lake Tahoe. They were excited for a weekend in nature, away from the city lights. But as night fell, something felt off. One camper, Sarah, kept hearing rustling outside their tent, but each time she peeked, nothing was there. Around midnight, the group heard a blood-curdling scream from deeper in the woods. They assumed it was an animal, until the screaming stopped abruptly, replaced by silence. Sarah decided to check, flashlight in hand. The beam cut through the fog, revealing deep footprints around the campsite, leading to the lake, but no footprints returning. Suddenly, her flashlight flickered, and she glimpsed a figure standing in the shadows. A man, his face pale and twisted, eyes hollow. Before she could scream, he vanished into thin air. The friends packed up immediately, but when authorities investigated, there were no signs of the man, just footprints, fading mysteriously at the water's edge. Local legend says a hermit once lived by the lake, a man who vanished without a trace decades ago. Some believe he's still wandering, seeking company or revenge. Fresno, California, 2005. A group of college students was traveling through Central California and stopped at a run-down motel, eager for a cheap place to sleep. The place was empty, corridors dimly lit, walls peeling, but something about it felt wrong. They checked in and tried to ignore the unsettling feeling, but around 2 a.m., strange things began. Doors slamming, whispers in rooms where no one was, and shadows moving against the walls. One student, Jake, swore he saw a woman standing at the end of the hall, wearing a bloody dress, her head tilted unnaturally. When they tried to leave, they found the front door locked from the outside. Panic set in. Windows wouldn't budge. The whispers turned into laughter, childlike yet sinister. They ran down the hallway only to discover every room had a mirror reflecting not them, but horrifying versions of themselves, screaming silently. By dawn, the doors unlocked. They fled, never looking back. The motel was later demolished, but locals claim the screams can still be heard on quiet nights, echoing through the empty lot. Some say the motel was a trap, a doorway for restless spirits, or worse, the place where a serial killer once lured victims, and even after it burned down, the evil never truly left Fresno. California shines in the sun, but shadows linger where you least expect them. If you ever wander the Hollywood Hills at night, camp near Lake Tahoe, or drive through Fresno, remember, the stories you laugh at might be waiting for you in the dark.